Yo, 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 this is your boy, the sniper, aka Brown Almaco Wolf, aka Big Brother to you all. How's everybody doing today? Hey, listen, I got a few minutes to get up on here. I was going to spend some time and just talk about y'all. A lot of folks are falling for things they think they believe in. A lot of folks are falling for the tricks and the gimmicks of this political party going on here. There's a political between the Democrats and the Republicans, and then the liberals, and then the left and the right, and then the ups and the downs. Listen, y'all. First of all, I'm gonna encourage everybody to vote. Remember, it wasn't too long ago when our community wasn't able to vote. But when we vote, we got to vote for things that we believe in. We got to stop this. I'm not going to vote for this person because of blah 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 blah. Okay, fine. Don't vote for that. But look deeper into it. Look deeper into each individual party. Armando Black last night said, you know, anybody can sling mud, but who's going to take that mud and turn it into a pot? Who's gonna catch that mud and turn it into a pot? See, Viper, you knew. Armando, hey, thank y'all for showing up. I got a few minutes. I was going to spend a lot more time, but as always, I get called into work. Y'all, listen. Armando also said last night that he's voting for who is going to do well for his pockets. Who's going to do well for his mindset? That's why y'all got to look into these people. I know a few of us look at Miss Harris and be like, well, she did this, 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 and this. Okay, but what is she going to do for you tomorrow? I got here's an example for you. Johnny Depp got in serious trouble. I believe that he was on Uggs early in his career. Was in jail a couple of times. One back when he was doing 24 Jump Street. But I bet every single last one of you folks went out there and watched all, if not one, but all of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Y'all don't look at his past and be like, hey, I'm not going to support this dude because he was on Uggs 20, 30 odd years ago. There's so many people that has done stuff in their past, and y'all forgave them. Now I know this is a bigger scale because it's running the country. You knew you was watching that Pirates of the Caribbean. I know this is a bigger scale of running a country and being the face of the global world. But sit back and research what this one of the two candidates, three candidates, because you still got the one that is not. They always got that one that's not on the ballot, but look at what they can do for you. My father always told me that if you don't vote, you don't have a right to say nothing. You can't complain about nothing. You can't bring up issues. you can't do nothing. You can't say nothing because you didn't exercise your right to vote. And that sucks for you. If you don't speak up, then it won't. You closed mouths don't get fed. How about that? Closed mouths do not get fed, and that goes for voting also. Now y'all keep jumping on Miss Harris, just like y'all jumped on uh, uh, former President Trump when he went into office. I know I did. She did this when she was in California. She did this when she was at the district attorney. She did this when this happened. And I bet some of y'all who said that did not vote at all. I bet you some of you didn't even go to the place. What's going on, Mr. Jermaine? Or go to the place and vote. I was listening to something very serious today, and it intrigues me about how some people, not y'all, but how this world has treated women in the last couple of years. This young lady said, and she was very, very truthful about it. You know, a couple of years ago, they wanted to take away female bathrooms and make it everybody's bathroom so that these transgenders can use whatever bathroom they want to do. A grown man that identify himself as a woman can go to a female bathroom. Y'all remember that? Here recently, y'all are taking away female sports because a dude is in a dude that can't compete against men has to go and compete against women. And that's taking away the women's sport. Which candidate is going to step up and stop that mess? Like Mr. Armando said last night, it's the small things that we overlook when it comes to this country. It's overlook every that I really do not like when it comes to debates, campaigns. All the videos, you can't see nothing positive. They can't see nothing positive. All the time. We fall for it. We don't vote for what they are bringing to the table. Can y'all hear me? Somebody give a thumbs up if y'all can hear me. You knew, can you hear me? Okay. Thank you, C Viper. As I was saying, I know that we come up here and you hear, oh, I'm going to do this for the country and I'm going to do this. I'm going to lower this. I'm going to raise this. I'm going to make sure that people get this. Thank you, Yunu. I'm going to do this. I know we hear that all the time. But but again, how does that benefit you? See, like, unlike most folks, I got a checklist. I go through and I got a checklist of things that I want each candidate, once they bring it up and say what they're going to do, and I listen to them, I'm like, is that possible? Is that impossible? Are they just capping on us? Are they moving the goalpost? Whatever have you. And I check it off. Okay, they real about this. We're going to make this happen. That seems realistic. And by the time it's time to vote, I go through and see who has the most check marks, and guess what? That's who I'm voting for. I don't care about gender. I don't care about where you came from, because that's all that is irrelevant. Now, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't excited, even though it made history, but I wasn't one of those who was excited about going and saying, oh, we got our first black president when it came to former President Obama. We can't, because we got to start taking, we want, if we don't want to be a racist country, which we are probably the most racist country, then we got to start taking race out of it and just looking at people as people and see what these two people is going to make this country better than the last person. And see, that's the one thing, and hear me out. Over the last, and I'm gonna say 30 years of my life, because the first couple I didn't understand politics at all. All right, didn't stand it at all. I don't think nobody did, unless you're one of those little genius kids. But every political party say the same thing in a different way. It's like two-time Tom. Well, I'm going to use this to make your grass greener. Well, I'm going to use this and this to make your grass greener. They're all saying the same thing. They can never. They're agreeing to disagree on the same thing they want to to get across and make policy and legislation for the country. And that's real talk. Y'all listen to some of these debates. One is not saying anything different than the other. I'm looking for a president who's going to elevate this country and put it back on the map from where we were back in the day. We had our issues back in the day, but guess what? It was somewhat smooth sailing. When other countries looked up to our country. Now, how do we elevate ourselves? One, again, we got to stop looking at gender and we got to stop looking at race. That's our biggest problem. A black man and a white man, they both got brains. A woman and a man is no different, besides they both got brains. Each one of them can bring something to the table. Somebody can bring something to the table better than others. We just got to figure it out. The next thing we got to do is that we got to start supporting each other across the board. We got to start building this country back to what it was supposed to be founded on. We say we're free, but we all the way across the board, we're enslaving ourselves. Nowadays, we're enslaving ourselves because, one, we don't look at each other as brothers and sisters across the board. We look at as you're that man that came from that state, that came from that city, that came from that town. You didn't come from the same time as me, so I don't care about what you think. But it's pretty funny. It's like a business. It's pretty funny when you get two people who just happen to sit down and meet each other in a bar or just bumped into each other or whatever have you. They put their minds together and they build a brilliant business. Then somebody else come in and say, hey, I'm going to, Jermaine, I'm going to have to research that, and I can get back to you at a later date. Respect, D-True. So